Hello YouTube, Gentleman 2005 here with the review of Kamen Fourze Deluxe Billy the Rod. So we're back in this format for this review because of the size of this weapon. It's much easier to do it from this perspective. So, looking at our box, we see, first of all, lights and sounds. That's important because everyone likes lights and sounds. We see Deluxe Billy the Rod, and it says it underneath it, Billy the Rod. Fourze's logo. Elek states the Elek Switch. It's telling me it comes with an Elek Switch, or with an Astro Switch rather, and then we see Billy the Rod right there. On top, we're seeing different attacks being done with the rod. The side shows the rod and the Elek states, and then again, on that side, on the back, we see different attacks when we plug it in different slots. It shows it lighting up, and then limit break. Use the switch to make Elek states in the belt or in the Ganbaride machine to do Ganbaride things. So, here it is, Billy the Rod. Again, it's our standard shrunk down weapon for, the scale of deluxe toys. That's generally how this happens. And what else do we have? So let's take a look at it. We have this piece comes separate, and you just plug it into here, and then it snaps on. Here's a little hole, and just snap it in. We got the trigger to make the sounds. The 3 plugs. All the lights are in here, and then on the back we have the on switch, the speaker, and the battery door. It takes 2 AAA batteries, and then the switch port is down here for the Elek Switch. So we can see it looks different than the other switches we've seen so far. Those are all black. Let's get the here's Rocket. We can see Rocket switch is black. This part up here is orange, whereas this one's just all yellow and a clear color, with actually this top part being gold. And then we see the 10 on it with the lightning bolt, and then the circuit breaker up here, which is flip it to activate. So let's see, what do we want to start with? Let's start with the rod first. Let's just do that. So we'll flip it on. We get those noises. So pulling the trigger gets that. Holding the trigger doesn't appear to do anything. So we'll pop this off. Now we can, if you look at the side, say it's marked with 1 lightning bolt, 2 lightning bolts, and 3 lightning bolts to denote the different uses of the rod, different attacks. So let's plug it into slot 1, and we'll get different lights and sounds. So let's turn it towards you. You get this pattern. So this is usually, if I remember right, that's usually when he's just using it as a electrified sword rod thing. It's like zap. Then, so sticking it into slot 2, which I think that might have been the net. I don't remember. You get a different pattern. So, nothing happens when you hold the trigger as opposed to just clicking it in any of these cases. So now clicking it into slot 3, so that's those 3. To do the limit break, we're gonna have to stick the switch in the slot on the bottom. Okay, that's what happens if you don't plug it in. But then when you do plug it in, you get standard noises. So in order to do the limit break, you'll have to take the switch back out and stick it back in. So let's plug this in. And you hear that. So, yeah, limit break noise, and then Stick it in again. Put it in slot 2. Yeah. And then one more time to see what happens with slot 3. Which is nothing. For some reason, there is no limit break for slot 3. Now, where's another? Let's grab chain arrays. That's the closest circle switch. Let's just stick chain arrays in there. Let's turn this off. So what you can see is I put chain arrays in there, and I still got a limit break. Because there's no switch identification noise, like nothing to identify that it's the Elek switch you're putting in. It's just something that says there's a switch in here. Doesn't really matter which one. And now that we're done with the rod, we can go ahead and stick this back on here, and we'll put it to the side. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the switch with the driver to physically turn ourselves into Elek states. So we'll flip this on and drop the switch. Awesome. So now we're Fourze, so we want to turn into Elek state. So we're going to pop out the rocket switch, since this is a circle, and we're going to pop it in. And it says Elek, so we're going to flip the circuit breaker. Alright, so it says on or whatever. It says it, you know, in a little funny GLaDOS voice. And then this is blinking because he's holding the rod. And what you'll see is that the normally white/blue look of Fourze is now yellow. So we can do a limit break with it. Alright, and then we can do like he does on the show. And then do an electrical drill attack. And we can see that it only glows yellow when drill's involved. Whenever electric's involved, when it does drill, it glows back to that whitish blue color. So let's flip that off. And then when we flip this off, the color will change back as well. You can see it's back to the normal Fourze color. So our deed has been done, and we stopped the Zodiac switcher guy. So we'll put that back. So our switching is over, or switching deeds. Fourze's time is done. So let's. So is this worth a pickup? Size-wise, no, just because it's so damn short. However, you get this cool switch, which is pretty nice. Plus, it does have a bunch of cool sounds, and you do get 3 different attacks and different patterns and whatnot. So that is kind of nice. So it's okay. It's okay as a weapon. It's just, like I said, really, really short. But that's normal for these kinds of toys. We see it all the time. Prism Bicker, Metal Shaft, Meta-Jaliber. They all get shortened up when when they get turned into a toy. So that's not anything unusual. Hopefully we'll be able to get the hack gun or high hack gun or however the hell you say it, so we can get the fire switch and get some more action. That one will be shot probably like this as well, for ease of recording. So be on the lookout for that if I can ever get one. So until next time, you can check out the podcast website, Ramboards, RiseRangers&Rambles.com, bringing you the latest Toku news in the craziest way possible. And as always, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.